Hey, it's DJ here with Wally Life, and we are super excited to be celebrating the 36th annual Rohman's in Winter Olympics. Hey Meg, how you doing today?
I'm great, how are you?
Cool, so give us a lowdown of the traditional shenanigans that go on here.
Yeah, so we have our torch lighting kicks off at 12, and then we have events like keg toss, turkey shoot, triathlon, horseshoes, bed race, skiing, everything, beer pong, everything.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So over the course of the past few years, things have changed up here a bit. Can you give us a lowdown on that?
Yeah, so I mean, my mom owned the place for 36 years, up until 2020. She passed away, unfortunately. And so my sisters and I have taken over, and now we're just trying to take forward her legacy and everything she had planned for the place. Keep it going.
We've got our torch lighting at noon. Yep. We've got, what's the first event?
So the events kick off at 1 with the triathlon and golf chipping. The signups are full. We are completely full on all the events, so very excited about it.
That's super, super cool.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Thank you, Meg.
Thanks.
And we are going to enjoy ourselves here at the Rohman's Winter Olympics. Woohoo! Seeing anybody in an event, or you just came for the fun?
No, we just come for the fun.
That is awesome.
Have a ball. Been
That
doing
is
it
cool.
for years.
How many years? Tell me. I'll never ask a lady her
least
age,
12.
but I can ask how many times
Yeah,
you've come
12
here.
years.
This is really your first time at Rohman's?
First time.
You lie like a rug.
First time here at the Winter Olympics.
Cool. Well, what are you expecting? Are you in any events?
I mean, look around. There's no, who knows what to expect, you know?
There's some shenanigans afoot.
I know. Absolutely.
This has become an annual celebration of friendship and fun.
Joe's a firefighter, and he came all the way out from Oyster Bay.
Long Island.
There you
Home
go.
Billy Joel.
Cool. To have some fun at the shenanigans here, right?
Yeah, we're gonna two-man saw. We're gonna go for gold. We got guys going in the horseshoes. We got the turkey shoot. We got keg toss, beer pong, beef chili. We're gonna try to take it all.
You're doing it all.
Trying to clean sweep. Well, we're made up of all the fire departments from Long Island.
Okay.
So we got guys from Islip, guys from Oyster Bay, guys from Bethpage. We got guys from Manhasset Lakeville, Port Washington. We all come out here, Westbury. Nah, nobody from Massapequa, unfortunately. Do you like the way I say Massapequa? Now you know it.
You are so
But
funny.
we try to have a good time. You know?
Hey!
We all come up here. We look forward to it every year.
Ringer. It's a ringer. Oh! Boy. Oh! Point. How many years have you been coming to this event?
Oh,
It's
gosh.
gotta be close
9,
to 10
8?
years.
Yeah,
7.
10. Oh, every year, like the guys that come, they're so fun. Especially the skis coming down the road. We're waiting for that one. Coming right around the road here, and they topple over on the side. We're waiting and chopping the wood and throwing the keg.
You're not allowed to be that big and strong. That's cheating.
want to know, what's the longest toss that you've thrown?
39 and a half feet.
39 and a half feet. So today was 26, but tell me about why it's not as good today.
The new keg was a little narrower, narrower toss. Me and the defending champion previous years that I didn't show up and win, he took over, and he agreed with me that the narrow keg was definitely not the keg to throw.
You're a winner.
This year and 16 years prior.
16 in a row? Yeah. I'm done with you. 16 years. 16 years.
28 gold medalists. Right?
Wow. Awesome.
The two-man saw event featured a fierce frenzy to make it through this large slab of lumber. And the fastest times were 44.2 and 44.9 seconds. The struggle was real for some. And for others, teamwork made the dream work.
Well, I started bartending here about 20 years ago, and they needed somebody extra for help at the Winter Olympics, so that was my first one, and I've been bartending them ever since.
That's pretty cool. Since you've been here for 20, how's it changed?
Each year it seemed to grow, where it just more and more people heard about it, more and more people want to check it out, because it is kind of silly in its own way, but it's a lot of fun for a lot of people.
All right, now, we are going to have a good time, because we know what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
But you're a newbie.
I have no idea.
So, what do you think's going to happen today?
Some redneck stuff.
It is now plank skiing. 5 or 6 guys strap on a 2x4 on each feet. They loop their feet into these little hooks, and they have to run from the back of the bar all the way around the corner and make a mad dash for the home run at the front door. And they fall over most of the time. Sorry. Oh, these guys. the most like crazy fun event for the day?
Bed race.
Bed race is good.
It's a timed event, or do they race each other?
Timed event.
Timed event. Ding, and then they run down this main street.
Yep.
Right through.
You will find somebody landed in a puddle at some point.
Ouch.
Shoes will be
Part of it.
lost.
We've seen some.
Yeah.
We've seen no body parts. We've seen some shoes lost.
We've seen a few things here, but yeah, for the most part.
Every year you see something you never saw before, that's for sure.
Is a big event that everybody waits to watch because it involves 4 or 5 different things.
Sean just won the plank race with his team, and this is his first time ever doing it. This is pretty cool. But you're gonna get preempted by something really crazy. The triathlon has just started. Give us a woo woo!
Some people show up for just certain events, just like the real Olympics.
That's cool.
Die hard stay for the entire day and want to just enjoy their friends and the day itself.
And as the Olympic events came to an end, many of our friends, old and new, just hung out for a good time.
Rohman's Winter Olympics. Never, never, ever know what you're gonna get.
Hi, I'm Lorraine Collins, President of Davis R. Chant Realtors.
And I'm Abby Pittenger-Claus, Vice President of Davis R. Chant Realtors.
Chant has been serving the Lake Wallenpaupack region for over 58 years, and we are proud to say we sell more homes by volume than any other real estate company in Northeast Pennsylvania. We are coming off our strongest year in the Lake Region real estate market, selling over $430 million in sales volume.
We work with sellers to put together a thoughtful but aggressive marketing plan tailored to each home individually. Each of our property listings gets a virtual tour and is professionally photographed, giving the prospective buyer the best first impression. The Lake Wallenpaupack area is an attractive place to live because of its low taxes, great school districts, and beautiful scenery. Our team of agents here at Davis R. Chant Realtors has extensive knowledge in the local real estate market. We have experience with everyone from first-time home buyers to experienced investors. Chant uses a variety of print media, billboards, open houses, and national real estate websites to promote properties and reach potential buyers.
Here at Chant, we know that working together and providing channels of communication and feedback is important for the best outcome when selling your home. If you are ready to relocate, upgrade, downsize, or know anyone who's considering the Lake Region area, please stop by one of our Chant offices or call us at 570-226-4518 or visit us online at chantre.com.
The Sterling Business and Technology Park is currently divided into 23 lots ranging in size from 3 to 30 acres. Each lot in the park is KOZ certified for companies that qualify. The Sterling Business and Technology Park is perfectly located just off Exit 17 on Interstate 84 in northeastern Pennsylvania, just under 2 hours from New York City. If you would like to explore locating your business at Sterling Business and Technology Park, visit sterlingbusinesspark.com. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and many other social media platforms. We are always looking for new and unusual story ideas, interesting people, and unique events. Send your ideas for the show to troy@wallylife.com. If you're a business looking to reach the northeastern Pennsylvania market using the most powerful media platform available, contact Emily Grillo at Bold Go Media, eGorillo@boldgomedia.com, or call 570-253-1616. In honor of Women's History Month, we decided to take a look at the role of women throughout history in the Pocono Mountains. And we came across a news story that made national headlines in 1925. The headline read, "A town that is run by women." This town in the Pocono Mountains was referred to as an Adamless Eden, as almost every business was run by women. While this is not so unusual today, but in the 1920s, this was unheard of in the United States. What town was it, you might ask? Why, Lackawaxen, Pennsylvania, of course. Back in 1925, there were more businesses operating than there are in town today. Prominent businesses included the post office, banks, barbershops, real estate offices, butcher shop, movie emporium, stores, jitney, and paper hanging company, all run by women. This was big news back in 1925 and created quite a stir. Every Lackawaxen Township business was run by widows, wives, and daughters. The Lackawaxen postmaster in 1925 was Louise Courtwright, who married William Courtwright, a school teacher and a former postmaster. He died in 1915 at age 38 of tuberculosis, and Louise was appointed by the president to fill her husband's position as postmaster, based on the recommendation of Pennsylvania Senator Penrose and Governor Pinchot. She was also known throughout the country for meeting the quotas for selling Third Liberty loans 44 times, and Lackawaxen was number 1 in the nation for towns its size. Third Liberty loans were created by the federal government to help cover the cost of World War I. Although Lackawaxen did not have a mayor, Louise Courtwright was the closest thing to it in the community. Zane Grey and his wife, who had a house in town, were some of her closest friends. Zane Grey once wrote in a letter, "There has never been anyone so efficient and capable as Mrs. Courtwright." She successfully led a movement to build a new school in Lackawaxen Township. Back in 1925, 8 trains a day stopped at the station in the town of Lackawaxen, bringing heavy canvas bags of mail that the ladies had to unload and sort. The town post office was the central hub for all mail routes in the region. As one of the only post offices run by women at the time, it was known for the best and fastest customer service in any post office in the northeastern United States. Louise Courtwright also owned the Lackawaxen General Store. During the early 1900s, the general store in town was where men gathered and shared news. Mrs. Courtwright would stay busy in the store while the men gossiped, and if they stayed too late, she would simply shut off the lights in the store, leave the men in the dark, and go home to her apartment above the store. Louise was an avid reader, and her apartment was well stocked with books and magazines and served as a library for the community. The owner of all the local mail delivery route contracts was Frida Dellert, who personally delivered mail as well. You could set your clock by Frida because she was always on time. The general store and the apartment were in the same building, and the entire operation of the post office, general store, Erie Hotel, and restaurant was completely run by 4 women. The only exception was in winter. The men would shovel the path through the snow from the train station to the hotel. And when Lackawaxen became the town, famous for being run by women, the men figured the women could shovel their own snow, which they did. The local butcher was Adeline Kuhn, whose family still lives in Lackawaxen to this day. When her husband was fighting a forest fire in a dangerous isolated area, she made the dangerous trip alone to make sure he was okay and to bring him food. Lackawaxen's local milkman, or should we say milkwoman or milkmaid, was Anna Bankers, who regularly walked 5 to 6 miles in a day carrying milk to serve her customers. Lackawaxen's local cigar shop was operated by Margaret Smith, who served the mainly male clientele drinks and cigars. Although described as demure and feminine, she had no problem maintaining order in the establishment, where she sold everything from harnesses to hairpins. In the 1900s, paper hanging was considered a man's job. Installing wallpaper required ladders, brushes, and tools that were thought to be unwieldy for women. But 60-year-old grandmother Jane Campbell was the only paper hanger in the entire township, and in 1925 wallpapered the entire 200-room Delaware House Hotel. This was just one of the many Pocono Mountain hotels and resorts that she was responsible for hanging paper in over the course of her interior design career. Another history-making woman in town was Anna Gregory. Anna established a motion picture emporium that doubled as a dance hall and ran her own electric generation plant for the stores and the movie theater. Her daughter Helen ran the local taxi and hacking service. Guests coming to town would wait hours until she was free to take them on a tour of all the local sites because she was known as the safest driver in the Pocono Mountains. Mrs. Adele Shannon was Lackawaxen's most famous female politician, running Northeast Pennsylvania, while Gifford Pinchot campaigned for governor. So, why was Lackawaxen the town run by women? The 2 reasons that were noted at the time for the astonishing women's movement in Lackawaxen were that the town was a railroad community, and the local men preferred more strenuous outdoor occupations and considered standing behind a counter to be too genteel. The second reason is that a local daughter from one of the prominent families in Lackawaxen went to New York several years earlier and accomplished great things, serving as an inspiration to the women of Lackawaxen. After the news stories hit the national papers, letters from all over the country flooded the post office, containing everything from marriage proposals to business deals. Although the railroad station and most of the businesses are gone, not much else has changed in Lackawaxen since 1925. The post office is still in the same building as it was in 1925, and mail delivery, the bank, restaurant, hotel, and bed and breakfasts, and many other businesses in town are still operated, owned, or started by women. So what words of advice did the ladies of Lackawaxen in 1925 have for today's businesswomen? Louise Courtwright was quoted as saying, "The key to running a successful business is to keep your tears inside and smiles outside." Timeless advice for anyone operating a business. So for Women's History Month, Wally Life salutes the enterprising and entrepreneurial women of Lackawaxen, who in 1925 were decades ahead of their time. The Two Rivers Marathon Race Festival is one serious event. In its 4th year, the Two Rivers Marathon is one of the first races to be held during the COVID-19 pandemic. Several spectators turned out to support their runners. The entire event was well organized. This 2-day festival featured 4 different races on both Saturday and Sunday, including a 5K, a 10K, half marathon, and full marathon. The marathon is one of the top 25 qualifiers for the Boston Marathon of all marathons in the country. Many athletes traveled to this pristine location in the Pocono Mountains from all over the world and country to qualify for the Boston Marathon this year. The Two Rivers Marathon gets its name from the two scenic and historic rivers, the Lackawaxen River and the Upper Delaware River, that much of the course follows. In the past years, this event has attracted over 700 participants and hundreds of spectators. For more information, visit tworiversmarathon.com. Tune in to Wally Life every Monday at 9 p.m. on Blue Ridge Communications Channel 13 for the latest in life around Lake Wall and Paupack.